One goal of Open Carry Texas is to foster cooperative relationships with law enforcement to further open carry goals.
What's your name and badge number?
Huh?
Your name and badge number?
My badge number is 209. My name is Eddie Bishop. The reason you are being stopped today, we've received several 911 phone calls in reference to a man carrying a gun.
The problem is right now the disorderly conduct law is so vague that it's applied differently all across the board. Some departments look at it one way, other departments look at it another way.
Have I committed a crime?
Yes, sir, you have. It's called disorderly conduct by inciting public riot.
Some departments, if someone calls and says they're alarmed, then you're guilty of disorderly conduct.
The only thing that has to do that is we have to receive a phone call that our public is alarmed about it. That's all we're required to do.
The disorderly conduct clause is 42.01A8, subchapter A8. And what it says is if you knowingly, willingly, or recklessly carry a firearm in a manner calculated to cause alarm, then you're guilty of disorderly conduct.
You have a right to carry.
Be Dinginger.
Okay, it's not alarming people. In this situation, any reasonable person should be alarmed that you're displaying a weapon. Okay?
That is not correct.
You've got officers that recognize just because someone called in, that doesn't mean a crime is being committed. You've got to be waving the thing around and actually threatening people and alarming people with it.
The way that I'm carrying my rifle right now,
Yes, sir.
as long as it stays like this, even if somebody calls and says that they were alarmed, I haven't broke any laws.
I don't see it. I don't see it, no. Like I said, the statute says if you intentionally or knowingly carry it in a public place in a manner calculated to alarm. I'm familiar with weapons. You guys have them slung on your back. You know, obviously if you're calling the police and you're setting this up, you're not a criminal.
There's a word in there, calculated, and it's not what you think, it's what my intent was. That's what disorderly conduct applies to, is what is my intent? Is my intent calculated to cause alarm?
I don't necessarily disagree with you.
Okay.
However, there are people who are alarmed. We know that because they're calling 911.
Okay.
Okay, they're asking us to take care of it.
Okay.
Therefore, it's a breach of the peace at that point in time.
The problem is you've got groups like Mothers Demand Action and other gun control groups who are literally telling their members, and we have this, we have these images that we can take with us to the legislature, who are telling their members, if you see someone openly carrying a firearm lawfully, call the police. Tell them that you're alarmed, because then those people will get arrested. So we're trying to get that disorderly conduct clause at least more narrowly defined, or at least completely get rid of, just because someone's carrying a gun, that doesn't mean that it's disorderly conduct.
As a mom, I demand action.
If the thing is that you're walking around and you've got a rifle, long arm, slung over your shoulder, and you're not doing any more than that, it's not a violation of law.
You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I can get some positive footage, because unfortunately we always get this negative footage of police officers that are trying to harass us, and it's good that you guys have been so professional.
I lived for a short time in Arizona, and it's open carry in Arizona. Yeah. But it's not that most of the police departments are against it; it's just not used to it.
Yeah.
And it's uncommon, I guess.
Well, but even if they're not used to it, there's a professionalism that should be there, and you guys displayed that. Yeah. But there are some that aren't displaying that.
Yeah.
And so we really appreciate that.
Hey, well, you'll have a safe trip.
Hey, thanks. Do you mind if we put this on YouTube as a positive encounter?
I don't care.
Thank you, sir.